Hello and welcome. I'm Jim, and what follows will be a more in-depth look at my new RST Aerial 29-inch air suspension fork. I installed it on my Mongoose XR Pro yesterday. I haven't had a chance to put it through its paces because up here in Maine the trails are still far too wet to ride without damaging them. But at the end of the video I will do a quick loop around my yard to see how it looks. And yeah, let's get going. Okay, before we get rolling here, I want to show you a few things associated with this. Notably, there's the owner's manual. It looks like it's fairly substantial. The thing is, there's like 8 languages and 15 models covered by this. So it's not quite as comprehensive as one might think. I will note that they have a chart in there for recommended pressure compared to one's weight. And using that chart, they recommend between 80 to 100 psi for me. So I split the difference at 90. And yeah, there's a wee bit of a breeze here today. You will absolutely need a shock pump. I rather naively thought that a high pressure floor pump would do the job, and it will not. Trust me on this, it's worth investing. I got this at my local bike shop for 40 bucks, and it goes up to 300 psi. The thing is, it does so with a very small volume chamber. So it takes forever to get up to 100 pounds. But once you do, you're good to go. To install the new fork, I needed to shorten it. The easiest way to do that is with a plumbing pipe cutter. This one actually goes all the way up to 1 1/8 inch. And here's what was left over from the RST when I got done with it. Speaking of the RST, let's have a closer look. So, the RST does have full lockout all the way from no perceptible travel to full squishy squashy. Full squishy squashy is a little bit much for me the few times I've ridden it so far, so I set it about in the middle. It also has the Schrader valve underneath a screw-in cap, and the nice thing about the Schrader valve is it is tall enough to make it easy to get at. Clearly for a 29-inch, and if you turn your head sideways, you can see travel 120 millimeters. I figured as long as I was replacing the stock SR Suntour XCT 100 millimeter fork, I might as well go big. So I got the 120 here. It is kind of a snazzy looking fork in sort of an understated way. Not a lot of flash, but just a little bit of color. I kind of like that. And yeah, it seems to have held the pressure overnight, so I'm confident that this is going to be a nice fork. Of course, time will tell. I'll be posting an update on this after I've had her out on the trail a few times and see how it responds. But until then, you know, as I said earlier, the trails here are still far too wet to ride without damaging. There's absolutely no reason I can't ride around on my lawn. So, let's take a quick ride and see how this works.